What's up and welcome back. I'm John Stark from MacMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and I'm here to hypnotize you into checking out the 25th anniversary of Stir of Echoes. This movie was released in 1999 and turned 25 in 2024. That's math. And it's directed by David Koepp, who actually is a far more prolific screenwriter than he is a director. You've definitely seen a movie that's been written by him. Definitely. Unless you live in a cave, in which case, welcome to YouTube. Please find the button that says like, and then click that, and then subscribe. Thank you. No, this dude wrote Jurassic Park, Lost World, Mission Impossible, Spider-Man, the last two, albeit not great, Indiana Jones sequels, some other classic type films like Toy Soldiers thrown in there. Yeah, he's got that's like maybe a third of his screenwriting resume, including this film, Star of Echoes. So we've got Kevin Bacon, Catherine Irby, and Ileana Douglas are sort of the three main recognizable people here. And Bacon plays Tom, who's married to Catherine Irby. They have a little son named Jake. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a brother, so they can't be Bacon brothers. Yeah, because his last name is Bacon. Not really, not in the movie, but it could have been. All in the choices of screenwriting. Anyway, so they have a son and they live in this house, and the sister, Catherine Irby's sister, played by Ileana Douglas, is into hypnotizing and knows how to do it, and she hypnotizes Bacon, which seems to like unlock something within him. So like he has, I don't know, like second sight or something. He just starts having these weird visions and seeing things and sort of these like nightmarish little bits and pieces that he doesn't know what they mean or what they have connection to. So he's trying to like investigate and figure out, like, what does it all mean? This leads to, of course, them finding out that Jake sort of has the same abilities within him. There's just like a lot of talk about like there's only like a percentage of the population that can really do this, that can sort of like connect to the other side, and then they're sort of discover the mystery. It becomes sort of a ghost story. There's kind of like this ghost girl that pops up, and they're trying to figure out what does she want? What does Ghost Girl want? Who's So Tom is launching his own investigation, even though that's not what he does for a living. He just thinks he's losing his mind otherwise, and his wife's worried about him, and the kid's seeing things. And I don't want to spoil the ending of the movie for you, but it's pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. This is one of those films that didn't really do bananas business at the box office, and only the few people who saw it have been kind of slowly telling people, yo, you seen Stir of Echoes? Admittedly, I did not see Stir of Echoes in theaters, but there were things called video rental stores. And we used to be able to go to these places called Blockbuster Video and Movie Gallery and Hollywood Video, and they had movies on tape, and you would take the tape home and you would put it I don't know, maybe this is on DVD. I don't know, I'm going too old with this, but 1999, yeah, it had a DVD release. So but it's still a VHS, because they were still doing VHSs in the early it would have hit probably in 2000, like early 2000 on home video. So we were still doing VHSs. I know because I was working in one of those ancient stores at the time. So yeah, it's a great little gem for you to uncover if you haven't. Not, I'm not a huge fan of the audio description. The audio description does kind of give you what I would call the key points, but it's not really world building. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there are plenty of times where there's an opportunity to help build. There's so many things that blind people are missing in cinema all the time, that every time there's like a missed opportunity, I do like, I know people, like we want beats, right? We want quiet moments, but the quiet moments for blind people are opportunities to give us more about the world that these people live in, more about who these people are, what they look like, if you haven't been able to previously tell us. Like it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to continue to give us visual cues. So anytime that there's a gap of any sort of substantial quality thrown in there, and it's just not used, just sort of, I'm not as, that don't impress me much, as Miss Shania would say. So it's okay. It came in on the main scenes when it's needed, with a lot of the stuff that I remembered as being like, well, we definitely need to know that. Well, we definitely need to know that. Some of the stuff was a little ambiguous in the way it was described. Like you could take it one of either two ways, especially with regarding the ghost. So yeah, I like Stir of Echoes. That's why I'm here. 25th anniversary. Does it stand up? Has it held the test of time? It never really was in the test of time. This is very much like a, people doing the groundwork and pushing the film and trying to get people to see it. And I don't think it's really hit that kind of, I don't think it really ever hit the fever pitch moment where it feels like, oh man, Stir of Echoes has got to be on your must-watch list. The same way that some other movies have that have had that kind of push to it. Obviously Shawshank benefited a lot from cable runs because it did not do that well at the box office, yet everybody has seen Shawshank. So when you compare it to something like that, or when you compare it to sort of the box office runs of films like from around the same period, like Boondock Saints, Donnie Darko, even films like But I'm a Cheerleader, that made less money at the box office than Stir of Echoes. Those are films that have sort of been passed along word of mouth over the course of time as being like, well, you should see these movies, and they have fan followings for different reasons. So Stir of Echoes made a little bit more money, had a little bit more of a fan following, but it seems to kind of stagnated. I don't think it's really grown that much. I think there are still fans of Stir of Echoes. I acknowledge that. But I think this is going to be still, it still feels like it's an undiscovered gem every time it's brought up, where people are still going to be like, what movie? With who? I just don't think it helps that, not to insult Catherine Irby or Ileana Douglas, but really there's one star here, and it's Kevin Bacon. And David Koepp is far more known as a screenwriter, so you don't even get the auteur vibe behind it, where people are trying to check off every film directed by blank, So unless you're a huge Kevin Bacon fan and you're just trying to go through his filmography, Stir of Echoes just feels like it's way off the beaten path. But it's a pretty solid supernatural horror, psychological thriller, ghost story thing, and deals a lot with, hypnotizing and sort of unlocking that, and sort of goes about it in a different way. It is adapted from a book, so they did have something to go off of, but I would definitely recommend it. It's not even my favorite film of all time in this genre. It's just a strong movie, and it's much stronger than you would think based on sort of how it was received at the time in terms of box office Critical reception was okay, you know. Um, but yeah, I'd say it's not a bad watch if you haven't seen it before. Um, so check out Stir of Echoes for its 25th anniversary. Anyway, I'm giving Stir of Echoes a B plus. That's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the other side.